We are talking about D-Def Sharp song, and sorry, bro. So first and foremost, before you do anything, stop this video and go back and learn those note names.
Yeah.
And quiz yourself on it, dude. Like seriously, let's say you had to make 4 flat, tear a piece of paper in 6 pieces, write G, C, A, D, B, E on them, and randomly throw them out there. Quiz yourself or playing cards, whatever, assign values. If you do that for 4 minutes, you're going to know them for the rest of your life, including brain farts. So, or it can be this never-ending kind of I almost know it thing.
Yeah.
So, stop and learn those notes. And then while we're at it, we decided that we'd add the 8th fret, C and F.
Yeah.
And then while we're on the subject, it makes sense that the second chord is F sharp in your...
Yeah.
Which is also back here.
Yeah.
And so here's our general idea for the song. We talked about it going like a verse part, or excuse me, let's pretend we've just done the intro. This is the fucking verse. Someone is singing stuff. We're making lots of space because the other part was busy. Now it's coming to an end. After one more time reintro. Second verse, don't get ADHD. This will not really take that long. Hang in with me, Holmes. Just fucking with you, chorus. Now it's the chorus. Now it's the chorus. So totally chorus, man. Now it's fucking chorus, dude. That's a fucking chorus. Such a fucking chorus. Then maybe you go to A instead so that you can go. But I think it also works to just end on D and then start the next section on D because they're big enough changes. So let's say we were at this end of that same chorus, Such the fucking chorus. Totally a melody that you could rip off. So you could throw that in there as like a breakdown, and I think what would be cool is if from there it went to guitar solo on the chorus. So So now the song goes A, B, A, re-intro A, B, C. For, when that was our bridge that we were just doing here. Then like a re-intro verse or whatever, but I think what works best after the... Now it's the chorus, maybe where you barely play for a single time through, then you all hit right here, barely go. So dynamics down, dynamics up. That's the shit we want to be aware of, is like having songs where it's not just flatline dynamics the whole way. And sometimes like simpling up, just like thinking about making these into songs that will eventually work for a full band. And I'll make some guitar suggestions on a separate video for your brother. But yeah, I think this is like a song that's like pretty well written aside from lyrics. So with that, I think we realized if you just push down harder with your pinky, we're cool, and not creating all this distance back here. That's your main project this week. Is there's 2 total thumb positions. The one you're in, classical position, which there would never be a downside to leaving. And then if you have your thumb over the top, it's not this. It's just this, and still with the same amount of reach, But that's way more of a relevant guitar concept. So just generally don't be playing like one big finger with all like the... Cool, so then we talked about the major scale a little bit, and intervals. So the G, and I'll just use A because that's what we use for our chorus. It's in A. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and those are the names of these intervals. This is a third. I'm playing the root with a third. This is a fourth. This is a fifth. And that's an important one. Our power and the octave we talked about too. So there's what a power chord actually is first a fifth and an octave. So it's 2 A's and an E in there, and that works everywhere, obviously. And then we talked about how it's like you can also go instead of that being the same shape, and you can put this third in there. Then so you get first, thirds, fifths. Those are like in the chord. Those are the notes that make up chords. Like if I was playing a full-on major chord here.
Yeah.
That's the power chord part, and then this is a third. It's that note there, so I could be like, major chord would also be just putting a third, well, whatever. So first, third, fifth matter a whole bunch, and then we talked about the chord changes to this part being 1, 5,
Yeah.
4, or excuse me, minor 6, which F sharp is the 6th note in there, right?
Yeah.
So we're just going to it there, and we're just going to it here, and it's still the same note, and then G is 4, right? So they just start. So there we are. We recognize the 5 chord here. It's like down and scooty over, weird thing, and then the 4 chords right under it. So those are some like when you're guessing shit changes. Cool. So let's see here. So yeah, just so I want you to come up with like some different variations on the. So first of all, get good at the all 3 definitive versions. You're already good at this one. And here's like kind of what I think, like being like. So there, the scale I was playing on, for what it's worth, is the same pentatonic thing that we learned here. I'm just doing it here.
Oh, okay. It's right here.
Like 0 3 0 3 0 2 0 2 0 2.
Yeah.
Like all open 3rd fret, open 2nd fret, open 2nd fret, open 2nd fret. So hell of easier than you're thinking right now. So. And that's the same thing as going, negative 1st fret. This is the exact same shape that we were playing. This is the exact same shape as.
Oh, really?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's like if I moved back to the 1st fret and did that, it would look like this. Then if I move 1 fret back from there, it's. So that's any of that shit is gonna sound good in your breakdown. You can be like. So all that's going to work. So you got the following options. The original one going. You can go low up to high, high up to low. But yeah, so just mess around with that being the solo, like the scale you can play on. And while we're at it, what we just learned is the E. This is E, right? The E minor pentatonic.
Yeah.
So just now we know 2 places to do this. And we don't use open strings a shit ton on this instrument, but it just came up organically in writing our. Yeah, exactly, totally. And you're good at that shit. So there you go. It's And then while we're at it, why don't you try to figure out how to do that in A? So hint, it's like everything's 5 frets higher, but then there's going to be cooler ways to do it. So if it went. It's going to start, starting on that note. So then what else would happen? What if we were going like, it's actually all on the scale we learned last time. When I mean it's. Then.
Good.
Totally.
Good.
Yeah. There we pinky index. Anyway, and I know you're like kind of overload right now during the lesson, but this is shit you can all work on later. Because it might work better to play that instead, or even if you don't use exactly that riff, maybe that's something that's in this song. So. Anyway, so I'll make a separate MP3 for a brother where I'm kind of like, hey, here's these vocal melodies that I hear, if you want to use any of that stuff. So, 1st, 3rd, 5th, like, and then, so these pentatonic sound all jagged and minory, and the major scale sounds all bright. So here we go. Anyway, so you've got a song where the verse is in kind of no key, but it's sort of in D. Then the chorus is totally in A. You know, we're doing normal changes in A. And then a breakdown in E, which is kind of cool. It'd sound random, but it totally works. Like a, hey, just eat it. This is the next part. And it creates tension for the next, you know, I think more going to the, and if I didn't say this already, I think the best idea for after that is go to a guitar solo on the chorus. Yeah, right. Totally. That'd be a good release. And then you can do virtually anything after that. But my idea was to do, you know, like maybe, or you could go, if it wasn't the solo, you could like go one time through the chorus where you barely do anything, or just be like,
just like hold the note.
The vocalist does shit now, dynamic's totally down, but we're gonna blow it out whenever we want to. Here, the whole band hits, dynamics back up, blow the roof off, and that's the big payoff of the song.
Yeah.
Also, you don't have to do it right on the one. You could be like, you know, this is the mellow one, now we're gonna hit pretty soon, we're gonna blow out the roof, but we're gonna do it here. So that was just like 1, 2 instead of doing it, you know.
Okay.
So idea is, and the verses hits. Unless there's some reason to change up. So, kind of an all over the place lesson, but there you go. Hey, with your scales, hammer on some pull-offs.
Yeah.
And also now for your major scale. That's going to emphasize really good technique. It's impossible to do. And you know, de-emphasize rhythm when you're doing those parts, because we're totally playing you know, a series of notes. So when you're still getting good at it, just pause a lot. Don't worry about playing in rhythm. It's totally not a song. And I think just generally, if you just push down harder with your pinky, you're already there. Like you can lift 5 pounds more than you think you can, and you're just in that spot, or you're about to be there anyway.